So, how can you cure your pornography addiction? No, it's the main part of this video. The practices that you should implement to cure your addiction. The first is mindfulness. You might heard of mindfulness like, oh, it's the self-improvement thing. I'll meditate for 30 minutes and it's self-improvement thing. It's just as like exercising, journaling, and like many of these self-improvement YouTubers, honestly, don't like told you about the the actual benefits of meditation. They just like the 7 practices of self-improvement. First of all, meditation. Like this is like this is very cringe. They didn't teach you like what is meditation and what is mindfulness. So mindfulness is like mindfulness is like the negative of mind emptiness. It's like a stage when you are like fully conscious in everything. You feel everything. You feel your skin. You feel your place. You feel the time. You feel the action. You feel the movement. You feel the smell. You feel the noises. It's a stage. Mindfulness is a stage of full consciousness, as I define it. It's a stage of full consciousness. And because why I talk about this, because many people who are like addicted to pornography, they just like they wake up they wake up in the morning feeling for horny as fuck, and after like 10 minutes they are like fucking 3 times without being even conscious about it. When you are not conscious about your actions, it's very hard to quit something that you already don't control. It's become like an automatic habit. This is a serious problem. You are not even conscious of what you are doing. You like open like the hub like unconsciously without even thinking about it. You open social media without even thinking about it. This is a serious problem when you even don't control what you want to watch or what you want to do. So this is why I recommend mindfulness. Mindfulness is the ultimate, as I define it, is the ultimate conscious state. You can do it by meditation, but I do it in a different way, because I'm a Muslim. I do like a Muslim, an Islamic like meditation, which is called dhikr, which is it's related to a point that I'm gonna talk about next. But dhikr is an Islamic meditation where you say the word of God, the word of Allah. So because we believe as a Muslim, we believe that God are always watching us, are always watching every one of us, and you need to enter this state that, oh, God is watching you. Imagine what is God. Imagine like God is watching you, and you are fucking. Like you should be more like conscious about it. You should think about that. God is watching you. He is created you to do great things in life. He created you to like provide for, to do the good, to help people. He give it you existence. Like you should be grateful for your existing. If God don't watch it, you will not even had been existed. Imagine that you had even been existed. So you should be grateful for your existence in your life. You should be grateful of the things that God like give it to you. You should be happy for your like for your fertility. because many people are not fertile. So you must be grateful for this thing, and you must like be in this conscious like mood where you always think like God is watching, it's watching me everywhere and every time. So the second point is deep breathing. Deep breathing is the one that you need to do it like 24/7. The word deep breathing didn't exist in in our ancestors' life, because their normal breathing is deep breathing. In our days, like, it's not like this our normal breathing, which is like this. No, they were like deep breathing, as we say in our day, but in their days they don't call it deep breathing. It was their normal breathing. And deep breathing is related to mindfulness. It's a form of mindfulness where it gives you like deep breathing give you consciousness, and give you like, because whenever you feel horny, I spoke from my experience. Whenever I feel horny, you might also feel it the way I feel, but whenever I feel horny, I feel a bit anxious, and deep breathing like solve this problem of anxiousness and horniness. So deep breathing is one of these beautiful practices that you need to do like in every moment. You remember just deep breathing in your like habit tracker. Always like put this task of deep breathing, remembering deep breathing. When you put it in your task, like in your habit tracker, you always like remember, oh, deep breathing. Whenever you want to, for example, you exercise it this day, you check the exercise, and you check the like that you exercise it this day, and below the exercise, like you read like deep breathing, and you remember it, and you start like deep breathing. It's such a wonderful practice, and you must include it in your habit, like your habit tracker as a task. Deep breathing, as I talked before, is a wonderful practice where you are conscious 24/7. 24/7, yes. So include deep breathing. Deep breathing is a form of mindfulness. And the third point, which is one of the most important points, is affirmation. Whenever like when you end like this habit of fapping work, you start to like to feel horrible about yourself, and the negative thoughts start to generate in your mind. And what you need to do to fix this negative thought that generates after this bad habit is to force negative, is to force positive, like positive thoughts and images about yourself in your brain by positive affirmations. For example, say to yourself that you are not a fapper. Don't say I want to quit pornography. Say I don't watch pornography. Just force this thought in your mind by affirmation. Like I always grab a mirror and I say to myself, like it might seem cringe in the beginning, but like I say to myself, you are the alpha male. Like many YouTubers such as Hamza do it. Like I'm the alpha male. I'm not a fan. I'm a superior man. I'm a masculine man. I'm a great man. I'm the provider. I'm the leader. I don't this. I don't do this never the habit. I'm superior to this habit. This habit is not in my level. I always see this positive affirmation to force it. So it's it's like it's to become like my reality, because your brain like actually is very dumb, because when you say this thing to yourself, your brain actually gonna like say, oh yes, it's me. Like it's my reality. So you should know that your brain is very dumb. So whenever you, you like say these things, it's actually gonna you actually force it to your brain, so that your brain believe it, your stupid brain believe it, and it becomes your reality. The fourth point is gratitude. Gratitude is like is included like in mental health. It's one of the mental health practices and mental well-being practices that include saying or writing or remembering something that you are grateful for. For example, I'm grateful for my existence. I'm grateful that exists. If God didn't exist, if God doesn't want, no, not if God doesn't exist. I'm sorry, God. If God didn't want my I will not be even existed. So I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful for my existence. Like this type of positive, like gratitude, positive, like positive thoughts or ideas. When you journal it and say it and believe it and think of it, it actually brings some happiness in your day. Because and we always say what is like the what is related to pornography addiction. When you try to stop pornography addiction, you're gonna get in a depression mode where you are like very depressed. Just ask yourself why you are relapsing. Because you feel depressed, because you want happiness, and you want happiness like in the wrong method, in the wrong path, which is pornography. No, it's not like that. You should seek happiness in the right direction, which is the things that we are talking about now, such as gratitude. Gratitude always like make you remember some positive things in your life that bring your dopamine up, and it like give you some happiness. The fifth point as gratitude is socializing yourself. Both gratitude and socializing yourself brings you happiness. You need to be social. You need to talk about to people, because whenever you are talking to people and you are like in a debate or in an argument, like you feel like, I can say you feel a bit distracted, but you feel like happy because like you need to experience loneliness to feel the importance of socializing yourself. And if you are in this pornography addiction, you might know the importance of socializing yourself and the negative aspects of loneliness. I was in a certain period of my life, I was always thinking about myself that I'm like social. But as I talk with you now, right now, I realized that I don't have even a friend. Like I don't have friend right now. It was it's the like I don't include like my friends in school because they are school friends. When school stops, you will never hear about them. You will never see them. So I don't include my school friends. Besides school friends, I know I don't have like any friend in what to talk with. I just like when I just like to not be like perfect. When I just like wake up in this morning, I like felt depressed, very depressed. I was like this feeling of emptiness, this feeling of like of laziness. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to record this video. I didn't want to read books. I didn't want to. But first of all, in the morning, I actually did my affirmation like routine. I did my meditation routine, but still, I was feeling lonely and depressed because, as I think of it right now, it's because I don't have any friend. Like loneliness is a very like depressing mood to be in. It's just like from like a 2 hour of like meditation that I know like feel a bit like motivated and a bit like happy, and I can record this video and do multiple tasks. But first of all, in the morning, initial like 12, no 1 a.m. no 1 p.m. excuse me, I felt like really horrible, and this is because I'm not socializing myself. So I advise you to be social and don't do the mistakes that I'm in right now. The next point is replace the bad habits, the pornography habit, with positive and enjoyable habits and practices. For me, and for many people, it's like you get horny like something in a particular time of the day. You may like you may be the type of person that gets horny like first of all in the morning. You might be the person that gets horny like in the evenings. You might be the person that gets horny in the middle of the day like me. What you're gonna do is in this time when you feel like horny, you in this time you need to replace like this habit of positive habits such as exercising. For example, if I'm a type of person that gets horny by like 9 a.m. It's not an exact time, but like you know yourself. You know that there is an interval of time. There is a period of time that you get horny in. For example, if I'm a type of person that gets horny like in 9 a.m., what I'm gonna do is like to go to the gym at 9 a.m. because like exercising actually like higher your dopamine level. Or for example, take a cold shower or a cold water exposure. And by the way, cold water exposure are great sources to higher up your dopamine levels. Andrew Huberman talked about this like in his like dopamine like episode. He says that whenever you take a cold water exposure, your dopamine rise up, and it's actually stay rising up for like 3 hours, and like surprisingly, like I get horny like in a period of 3 hours, and after that like I just feel normal. So if you are like that type of person, or whenever cold water exposure are great great, and every like it's not like just about cold water exposure or exercising. any habit or any positive habit that make you happy are actually higher up your dopamine. It might be for you to get you to your like to your favorite coffee shop. It's maybe for you to play with your children. It's my image. It's maybe for you to like to talk with a friend. Like all these positive habits that you feel like it make you happy and excited are actually higher than after dopamine. So why not you do them instead of your bad habits flapping out? Oh, the great point. As we mentioned it before, religion, religion. Religion is one of the pillars of self-improvement. Religion is one of the things of the most important things in the life of men and women, not just men but also women. Religion is the source of self-improvement. Just think of it, like self-improvement doesn't exist before religion. Like as you see, like all these civilizations that religion had like born from, they weren't actually like great. I'm not gonna say great because greatness depends on one another opinion. It depends on the opinion of the others, but I'm gonna say it's weren't actually like good and strict. This is why religion has come or has or had been born from this like civilization, because they were degenerate. They were weak civilizations. They were degenerate, sexist, misogynist civilizations. This is why religion come to them. So religion is the, as I think of it, is the source of self-improvement. If religion didn't exist, human rights didn't exist, wouldn't be existed. Like democracy would not be existed. Self-improvement will not be existed. Because God knows what is right for you. Human actually don't know what is right for them. You are actually guided by God. They are things that a human can conclude, but like most of the things, like humans should be like spend a lot of times to conclude it themselves. This is why God sent his message, because the human mind is so low and so slow. The human mind is so slow to conclude this positive and these values and these lessons in a short time. This is why God sent his message. And you will fall, you will be a stupid person if you didn't follow the message of God. God always wants the best for you because he created you. If he didn't love you, you will not be even existed. Just think of it. Whenever we have something that annoys us, we just like try to like pull it off from our lives. This is God is like this. If he didn't like you will not be even existed. So you should be grateful for your existence. You should be grateful for his message. You should be grateful for the hard work of the prophets and of the messengers, because do they did such a hard things to share the message of God and to bring religion to us. So be religious, think of religions, and think of religion, and be grateful of your existence, and just educate yourself about this topic, and you will find some interesting answers. The most important point, the last one, that I didn't heard anyone actually talk about it, is to be okay with feeling depressed in the beginning. You will not stop on and suddenly you feel like ultra happy and successful. Even if you will not do it for like month, you will not feel a gram of happiness. I told you, if you stop it for a year, for 2 months, you will not feel a gram of happiness. When you stop it, you actually just stop like it to lower and down, but your dopamine, your baseline is when you stop it is all there. It didn't like when you stop it suddenly goes up or something. It's just there. When you stop this habit, it's just there. Your dopamine baseline is always low. This is why I mentioned it. These practices such as gratitude, religion, replace the bad habit with the positive one. Socializing yourself, practicing enjoyable and positive and productive habits. Because when you stop this habit of pornography and fapping out, your dopamine don't like get up. I heard people say that your dopamine baseline when you quit it, it goes down, and with the time it goes up. I didn't feel it, so I will not believe it, because I quit it for like months and I didn't feel any happiness, because I didn't do the practices that make me happy, that actually higher up my dopamine level. So when you quit this habit, you should be okay with feeling depressed, because you are actually depressed. You do this habit because you are actually depressed. You should be okay with your depression. You should try to focus on your mental health and do the practices that help you with that. So I am like certain that if I didn't like do this planning, this section, you're actually gonna and stop it my video with how to quit and everything, and I just stop it. You will actually don't do anything. All my talking and all my time will be spent for nothing, and it will be just your normal masturbation self-improvement video. Because many people, they think of themselves that they are educating themselves by watching videos or podcasts, but they are actually just masturbating their mind. You masturbate your dick, but you also masturbate your mind by don't by not implementing anything that well, by not implementing what you have learned in this video. So this is why I will do this. I'm going to explain to you this section, the planning, the things that I'm going I'm going to share with you in this section is not some like you should. It's not some things that you should do. It's things that you must do. It's things that are essential. It's things that are crucial. They are laws. They are laws. These are the laws of quitting pornography. They are highly essential. Highly. I don't want to hear any word from you that this. Oh, just I will just do one or two. My planning is to like following. These are essentials. If you don't, if you just like didn't do, just like if you didn't do just one of them, and you do like four, and you miss the last one or one of them, I will I will call you a failure, and I will call you a bitch, and I will call you a weak man, because these things are essential. You must do them. I'm not gonna say you should do them. I'm gonna say you must do them. They are essential. You should do the the five. So first of all, this 5 minute affirmation first in the morning. You wake up, grab a mirror, say, check your timer, 5 minutes, set it, start affirmation first in the morning. We want to, as first as in the morning, whenever like before you get this horny thoughts, you will say to yourself, implement positive. So you will start your day with positivity. This is why I do this. You should start your day with positivity, not horniness, not fapping out, not watching porn. So first in the morning, you wake up, set your timer in 5 minutes, grab a mirror and say affirmation to yourself. Second is deep breathing, 24/7, 24 hours in 7 days. Even if you are sleeping, should be deep breathing. Even if you are going to die, you should be deep breathing. Even if you had like sex, you should be deep breathing. Like, it's a point in the Superior Man. He says like, deep breathing actually improve your like improve your pleasure in sex when doing sex, and you also like last longer. So it's a powerful habit. I'm not gonna explain to you a lot, because I just explain all the things that in this planning. And the third point is 13 minutes of Islamic meditation. Because I'm a Muslim, I do Islamic meditation. It's called dhikr, in which you say Allah is the greatest. Like, I'm grateful for Allah. You say all this. You say this like Allah is the greatest, to remind yourself that Allah is watching you. And when you do this, as I talked before, I'm just gonna repeat it shortly. When you do this, like, imagine that you are fapping out in God, your creator, the one who created you, the one who can kill you in any second if he wants, with just a heart attack, the one who created our creations, who created the skies, who created the earth, who created the planets, who created the galaxies, is watching you. and he is waiting for you to do good in earth, to help people, to help your family, to do great things. And he sees you flop like a bitch. Imagine the level of angriness that he got. In 1 millisecond he can kill you with just a heart attack. Like, people will just it's science, bro. Like, if God wants to send you like if God wants to do anything, he can do anything. He can end the human race, all the human race in 1 millisecond. He can do everything. We believe this in Islam, that God can do anything. If he wants to kill you, he's gonna kill you with a heart attack. Simple as that. And we will face him. Then you're gonna be really you're gonna feel really bad about the things that you done. So you must remind yourself of that. You can also, like, I'm not gonna recommend for because, like, we believe that, I don't know, that, like, I just do Islamic meditation. If you want to do normal meditation, I don't know if you can do it or not, but I don't do it in because of Islamic reasons, and I don't do normal meditation. I do Islamic meditation. If you want to do it, I don't know, you can do it, but I don't know, I don't do it. So 5 minutes of gratitude journal. Essential. Journaling by itself is essential because it organizes your thoughts. It's like journaling. It's like one of the things that, like, bring you away from your thoughts. Your thoughts becomes in the paper, and your mind is full, is empty, without any things that's gonna distract them. And you want to do 5 minutes of gratitude journaling or 5 minutes of gratitude. I recommend gratitude journaling because it's the easiest one. Just take a pen and say to yourself, I'm grateful. Like, these are like the pillars of happiness. Like, they are just, like, they didn't teach us this in, like, I don't know, no one, like, teaches me besides Islam. I'm not gonna lie, but they didn't teach us this thing, like, to be, like, essential. Like, they are wonderful practices to do. And the fifth and the last is the time you feel horny, do your productive and enjoyable habits and socialize yourself. We talked about this before. The period when you feel horny, just do the habits that make you that you enjoy and also are productive, such as exercising, like, or socializing yourself. And this is it.